Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. US President Donald J. Trump just put out a big urgent news. He said we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. Oh my, no. Oh man. Did he drop the bunker busters? Oh. Oh. And he's acting like everything is fine. The planes are out. They left Iran airspace. We dropped bombs on Fordow. That's the mountain. That's where the nuclear plant is hidden. 300 feet deep. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that can have done this. Now is the time for peace. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now is the time for peace. No, Donald. Now it's time for World War III. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Unbelievable. He's acting like everything is fine. Donald says U.S. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, America got involved. We got involved. Donald says U.S. carry out. U.S., not Holy Land. The U.S., not Holy Land. The U.S. carried out a successful strike on 3 nuclear sites. Unbelievable. If you think peace is gonna come, go ahead. Keep thinking that great imagination that everything is gonna be fine, and everything is gonna be okay. But the Bible says something else, guys. This is a bombshell report. This is a big breaking news here. I just got home too. And boy, oh boy. Donald has announced that the U.S. has carried out a successful strike on 3 Persian nuclear sites. Someone said, what does it mean exactly? Wazler said, meaning grab your popcorn because this is just the beginning. According to Donald, everything is peaceful now. And look, guys, again, like I said, Donald, he does great things when it comes to business. But he's acting like everything is fine when it comes to war. It's not, man. It's not. He ain't no difference in what Joe did 3 years ago with Crane. Now we're about to see WW3. Now we're about to see WW3. Sleeping Giant officials have confirmed to Reuters that B-2A Spirit long-range stealth bombers participated in tonight's strike by the U.S. against nuclear facility in Iran. And I did a live stream last night. I told you guys that these 2 weeks that Donald said that Persia has 2 weeks was baloney. Again, he was sending military stuff. He was getting stuff ready. I'm sorry. Donald, you wrong. You wrong. You are wrong. Everybody bashed Joe because of the war in Ukraine. Donald ain't no difference. Unbelievable. And he's acting like everything's gonna be peaceful. The dude just opened the door to WWE. It appears that the B-2 heading to Guam were the perfect distraction for an actual strike operation against Persia. I wonder what aircraft and munition were used for the strike. Likely the B-52s from Diego Garcia or possibly additional B-2s. The problem here, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to lead to biblical war. Persia is not going to be pleased. And then Persia, they got allies. Those allies are not going to be pleased. US B-2 bombers were involved in a strike on Persia nuclear site. US official tells Reuters. The US has bombed Iran. Buckle up. That's all I gotta say. Buckle up. Donald supporters out there, you should not be pleased about this. Because we didn't vote for this. Remember, you guys were really pissed off with Joe with the war in Ukraine. Heavy GPS jamming and disruption are being reported right now throughout Persia and across other areas of the Mideast, likely part of tonight's U.S. strike against Persian nuclear facility, as well as preparation for a possible response by Persia. Now there's a possibility we might get hit. Thank you, Donald. Now you put 50,000 sleeping giant soldiers at risk, and bases now is on high alert. I pray that nothing happens to those sleeping giant soldiers out there. All this for Benjamin. All this for Ben. All this for Ben. The sleeping giant officials have confirmed that B-2A Spirit long-range stealth bombers have participated in tonight's U.S. strike on nuclear facility in Persia. Now, the big question here is, how many innocent? I'm just saying, we don't know. We just getting the information. Donald put out the information like everything is fine. How many innocents? Multiple B-2 stealth bombers were used in Sleeping Giant strike on Persian nuclear sites, U.S. official tell Reuters. They just entered the region hours ago. Hours ago. So it seems like stuff, again, it just, this thing was not saying that just happened. It happened hours ago. Remember, Persia said if we get involved, they're going to hit us. Give me a second here, guys. Fadal is gone. Look, that's the mission they wanted, and they got it. The thing that really bothers me is that now, Sleeping Giant, we have entered a new biblical war. And I tell you, once we get involved, there's no turning back. Are you ready? Is this what people wanted? You got it. You got it. Someone said WW3 yet? So this was the operation, and it started yesterday. Remember, guys, I did post a video earlier today. I did post a video about this B-2 stealth bomber refueling tankers out there in Hawaii, Guam, and Diego Garcia. And I warned that something was going to come tomorrow, but I didn't know it was going to be today. Alright, so what are your thoughts, guys? Leave comments down below. But boy, oh boy, everybody was going after Joe. And now look at this. True Social is now down shortly after Donna announced that it successfully struck on the 3 Persian nuclear site. Wow. I'm telling you, buckle up. Buckle up. Give me a second here. Donald says nothing to reporter, but gives a fist. He says nothing to reporter. Usually he stops and, talks to them, answer questions, but he just walks away. Hold on, give me a second. Persia Revolutionary Guard said that the sleeping giant must await severe punishment. We will target all interest in the Mideast. There you go. They're going to go after the sleeping giant soldiers now. They're going to go after, I think there's 40, maybe 50,000 out there. And we have all the bases out there. They should have evacuated those sleeping giant soldiers. Unbelievable. The White House has informed television networks that the commander-in-chief is expected to address the nation soon. Wow. Well, Ben, I hope you're happy. Holy Land was warned before sleeping giant struck Persia. Donald team tipped off Holy Land officials as final preparation for the strike were underway. The advance notice came just hours before the equipment hit Fadal, Natanz, and other regions. Donald returned to the White House early, ahead of a high-level meeting on the Holy Land Persia crisis originally set for tomorrow. Moments after arriving, he went public with the strike. Today's my birthday too. I was supposed to, again, I told you guys whatever breaking news, and again, we just got home from fishing, and everybody's relaxing. It's been a long day fishing. So Donald ordered the strike. Donald ordered the strike tonight against Persian nuclear program because there was no off-ramp for diplomacy at this point. But we were told that they were behind now, a year or 2 years from building nuclears. You have George. He's a big supporter of Donald. George said, "Congratulations to Ben for once again getting the sleeping giant to do exactly what he wants." No, it's Donald. Again, the one that you look up to. Again, it's Donald. He's the one that folded. Latest post by Donald on Truth Social. Fadar is gone. He acting like everything is fine. For him, everything is great because he has a doomsday plane right next to the office and out there in DC. He's fine. He's great. But what about those thousands of sleeping giant soldiers out there? Dude, you just put them in a really hot spot, man. You put them in a really hot spot. OMG. There is a picture here. Someone said it was a mission. It's not intended to be a biblical war. There's a picture here. I'm going to use it as a thumbnail. But boy, oh boy. Give me a second here. We got more breaking news coming out right now. Raw's alert said the sleeping giant has now entered war with Iran, according to the New York Times. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. Donald will now address the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, the White House says. Wow. That's all I gotta say. Well, there you go. Donald, you did something that's going to open the doors to WW3. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second. So this is coming out from Persia accounts. All right, so they're putting out a lot of information. Commander of Ground Forces said the Revolutionary Guard is ready to face any sleeping giant or Holy Land strike and will respond fiercely to every aggression. The Holy Land will no longer be safe as before, and we are closely monitoring all its moves. It says here, Fadar facility is located 32 kilometers from Qom, Persia. So far, there's no clear evidence of major damage or explosions, only the baseless tweet from the US sleeping giant leader. Wow, look at this. Persia officials say few ships will not pass to Europe through the Strait of Hormuz. Persia said, O army of the Mahdi, prepare yourselves. Wow. Donald to address the nation tonight. I will be giving an address to the nation at 10 p.m. at the White House regarding our very successful military operation in Persia. This is an historic moment for the sleeping giant, Holy Land, and the world. Persia must now agree to end this biblical war. Thank you. But they're not the one who started it. I mean, even though they were building whatever stuff, uranium, Even Russia said there's no proof for none of these land that they were building something like that. The one that started it, it was on Friday the 13th when Ben gave the green light. All right, guys. I will keep an update on this one here. Share the video. I will go live later tonight. We're going to be discussing more about this news, but man, it's not looking good. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.